what does your creative process look like?
All right, so there's two different processes. There's a creating process that's strictly for my clients and my customers, and then there's a creating process for show, fashion week, different things. So let's start with the client, customer. They'll come in for a consultation, and then we'll kind of go with, picking fabric, and then we create. Thank God I have customers who allow me to create and do my own thing. I'm not good on following pictures and all of that. My creating process for show is totally different. That's my world. So I get to go and grab fabrics, and I get to kind of see and theme out where my show's gonna be. So it goes through, going through the old sitcoms, seeing what I'm gonna do next. And then it's the fabric picking. Then it goes from the fabric picking to the creation process of actually building the garments. I don't really do a whole lot of sketching out, like what's in my head, it comes right out. And then from there, it's picking models. We create the hair and makeup process. Sass and Rebecca does that. And then, leave it to Andrew to kind of make everything look pretty and great. And then that's how it is. So there's steps to both sides. There's steps to my customers and my clients, and then there's steps to the show life.
Tell me about your most memorable time in your career thus far.
I've had a lot of memorable times, especially in the last 2 years. I have to say them all. Like, every opportunity has been memorable. There's not one that kind of like outweighs the other. But I will say this next opportunity and this next show is a dream come true, and I believe that's going to be the memorable show and process out of my whole career thus far.
Before the Nick Cannon show got canceled, he asked you to make him a suit for him. Make a suit for him. Did you have an idea of a suit that you wanted to make for him?
Before the show got canceled, no, I had no idea. I didn't even know that there was, like, he wanted me to make him a suit until that day. So it was a shocking thing, but I knew right away when he said, that he wanted me to make him something. Right then, while I was talking to him, I knew what I was gonna do. So it came instantly. But Nick's Cannon style is really, is very versatile. So he can wear anything, I think. But yeah, no, there was no thought process in it before. I didn't even see it coming. I didn't even think I was gonna be on the show that day.
How do you come up with your designs? And do you sketch your designs?
No, there's no sketching. I mean, there is, depending on the bridal client or the customer, that will depend on sketching. Sketching just takes time. I think sketching takes effort. It takes away from your creation process. So while you're sitting there sketching, and I don't knock anyone who does, for me, it's just like, just get into it. While it's in your head, let's not sketch it out. Let's actually get it done. So yeah, there's no sketching. I see it, I make it. That's just it.
You said 70s through 90s shows inspired you, but was there a particular show that stands out that relates to your design?
I would have to say the Cosby Show and Punky Brewster, and the reason why the Cosby, not really more so of the style of clothing they had, it was more so the aesthetic. Like, they were a well-dressed group of people every day. Every time they went out, every time they did something, they were always dressed, Cosby was always in a sweater, so that was just a thing for me. He could go to the museum with the kids and he was still always dressed. Punky Brewster would be the color side and the funky side of who I am. That's where I would grab that. And on the same side would be Saved by the Bell, because they had a lot of patterns in their clothing. So it would be Punky Brewster and Saved by the Bell, which would be my colorful side. Then my more classic side would be the Cosby Show.
Have you ever felt uninspired? And if you have so, how did you get through it?
If I felt uninspired, I think there was a season before now that I felt uninspired. That's the season when I was growing and I wanted to be where I am right now. That's when I was the least inspired, believe it or not, because, you know, I wanted things to happen then. So there was a lot of days where I wasn't inspired to get up and do because I didn't think it will happen. But now I can say there are no uninspired days. Those days led me to these days, which it's a nonstop go for me. So I have no time to be uninspired. We got to do this.
Is there a designer or model you would like to work with in the fashion industry?
There's not a designer I would like to work with. I have a mentor, which has been Sherman. I've always, since school, I looked at his designs and wanted to always meet him. Even though he's not really majorly designing now, you can still find his stuff, you know, here and there. But he will be my guy that if I ever had the opportunity to work with, it would be him. I love Ben Sherman. I love his aesthetic. I love his solids with plaids. If anybody knows who Ben Sherman is, it can be a solid sweater, but the inside is all these different plaids and patches and just ginghams and stripes, even his shoes. So yeah, it will be him. Artist, everybody knows I want to dress and outfit Erykah Badu. So if you're watching, Erykah, I'm supposed to be your stylist.
What's one thing about Justin that people don't know about you?
You mean one thing that I want to share with people? There's a lot of things that people don't know because I don't give myself to a lot of people. In this industry and just who I am, I don't open myself up to a lot of people. This Justin right here has trust issues. That's what you should know.
All right. The Academy Award-winning Springfield Mass native Ruth Carter, who you said is one of your mentors. Is one of your mentors.
And yeah, right now, presently.
What's one piece of advice she gave you?
One piece of advice she gave me, there was actually two. The very first time I met her in person, I talked about, I think I was getting ready for the Grammys, actually getting ready to outfit and do some things for the Grammys for some red carpet. And I told her I was gonna take the month off just to get prepared for that. And she was like, the month off? There's no time off. We don't take time off. February is a busy month. Like, you need to keep going. And that was one thing that stuck with me. She said, regardless of the workload, like, you are still Justin. You still have to get it done. And then the second thing was, and something I tell everybody else, she talked about successes. Every day is a success. Like, every opportunity is a success. You know, whatever you do and you accomplish is a success story. So that's the second thing, and that's another thing that I kind of give to my peers. Like, we can't count anything out. Everything that we do is a success story.
What legacy would you like to create for yourself in this industry?
The legacy is that I want to leave, and that I want to make a staple is just to be able to be free and be you, and be a creative being, striving for excellence. That's what I want to leave here. I want everybody to know that Justin was a creative being that strived for excellence. Justin was a humble being that strive for excellence. So I don't ever want anybody to know, and I strive every day so that I'm not that person, but I don't ever want to be that person that changes overnight, or that person that all of a sudden I'm there and I can't speak to you, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. I can't answer an email, I can't answer a DM, I can't answer a text message. Who am I? Like, I don't want to be that person. And that's the legacy I want to leave. Like, we can still be who we are and still be at a level of success and still be able to communicate. That mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying thank you because someone compliments you and they don't know who you are. Regardless of how many magazine covers you're on, they say thank you, just say, if they compliment, say thank you. That's it.
All right, I want to thank you for sharing your gifts with the masses and Trusted Vision Digital.
No, let's start again. Okay, so my creative process, that was, I'm thinking two different questions. So I'm thinking creative process for show versus people. Okay, got it. And if you get in, you're in. Chris, you already know that. If you're in, you're in. I don't let nobody in my space.